Welcome back to Bitches That Brunch. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm here with Denise and Terina, as always. Before we get started, I just want to mention one thing, because all three of us went and all saw the new Michael Jackson movie that Terina was blasting last week.
I did.
I don't know why I said blasting.
Yes.
But I will say, so then after seeing the movie, my only things I will say are that I fucking loved it, and it was really hard not to sing. Jonathan was like, Sarah.
Same. I was dancing. I was chair dancing, but then I was like trying not to sing. I'm like, don't be freaking doing it.
Yes. AJ looked at me. He was like, would you stop? And I'm like, what? What is it?
Yeah. I was like, who cares? I don't care.
I was even doing like dance moves.
I was like going, woo! Yes. So that was like great. That was the best part. But also the weird parts were that Janet Jackson isn't in it at all.
Okay.
But we don't need to talk about that.
No, but I thought it was funny
what?
because I actually brought it up to Terina at the movie. And I'm like, where the hell is Janet Jackson?
Yeah.
What in the world? Okay, I know there's a big family, but they're missing a member.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she decided not to be in it. So
That's
you can
right.
read articles about it. She decided that she did not want to be portrayed in the movie.
Which I get to an extent, but that's
They
it was
also
just
have screen
weird.
together.
I know. I was thinking that too, because as I was going through the full catalog of Michael Jackson the day after, I was like, okay, what are they going to do about when Scream comes up in these movies? Because are we going to pretend? Are we just going to skip over that?
I will be so sad because that's the coolest. Like I remember being middle-aged or like young middle-aged, not middle-aged now. But
You mean like a teenager?
Yes, middle-aged teenager. And that video came out on MTV, and I remember my sister and I were like, "Woo!" Like,
I absolutely love that. Too.
I do
that
too.
Music video is so good. But there's one song that I listened to over and over, and I was dancing a lot in the kitchen when working and whatever. It's called Tabloid Junkie, which is a random song that's on the dual disc one. And so it's so funny. Today I put on my little Spotify DJ on the way to come here, and it's puts that Michael Jackson song, says, "You are in the top 2% of listeners to Michael Jackson this week." I'm like, that's I feel really proud actually, because 2% of MJ fans, that's pretty good.
I will just being out. You would think that there'd be a lot more people listening to it.
But it's because I listened to that one song literally.
So I did hear that his music is charting top, and I might have mentioned this before, but is charting top records right now because of the movie.
Makes sense.
And I honestly believe that they are going to make another movie, but I don't know if it's fake news or not, but they did say that I saw something that Janet's going to have her own movie, or maybe they're just going to wait to introduce her until the later. But I am fully down to watch all of the Michael Jackson.
I just think it's weird that like when they're all sitting around the table, they're having dinner as a family. The twins are everywhere, but there's no Janet. Like, it's just awkward. I feel like it's just.
And I think the other thing is they really downplayed the abuse that took place in that family. Like, I get it. That was not the point of the movie. The movie is about his career. I feel like it's more about his legacy.
So my thought on that is that as we grew up in the same generation in the 80s and 90s, that's what we heard about.
Yeah.
And this was really about his kids, like his nephew played him, that it was more about his music and his career and how he broke away from the family. And honestly, the couple of parts that showed the abuse I didn't realize that as a kid. Like he was a kindergartner and he was going to school and then he had to go perform a show and he's in kindergarten. And I have a nephew that's in kindergarten right now because he wanted to go into his room and play with like his animals or whatever he wanted to do, that his dad would pick him up and beat the shit out of him. And I didn't want to watch that because my biological father did that shit to me. I didn't perform, but like he did that to us. And like, to me, that was like, it just is too much. So I'm glad that they didn't portray that. Like we all know. And I think that's why let's touch a little bit on it.
Exactly.
But let's really show the true artist that he was.
I think so too.
And like his struggles, like I think the relationship and what they showed with him and his mom was more meaningful to me because you never saw that growing up. They never talked about like how his mom was like, you know what, you are a star. It's okay to be different. And it was always about his dad beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't about how supportive his rest of his family was.
And one extra thing, it really made me want a giraffe even more.
Oh my God, I want a giraffe.
You had a giraffe? I'm like, see, I told Brandon I can have a giraffe. Come on, we have it in the backyard.
Dude, I've always been jealous of that.
The whole, like, having the whole family come out and his little chip coming out. I was just like,
maybe we're giving away too much of the movie.
Yeah, we could go on and on.
No,
So
I loved it.
it was great.
I watched it 3 times. So yeah.
And I had to start off with that just because we all were there. But we will get into our eat of the weeks now. Denise, how about you start?
Last week, my husband and I went to Austin for a day trip. One of our crazy touchdown, 8 hours on the ground, whatever. We went for barbecue. So we went to this place called La Barbecue, and it's like a Catholic church. It's funny we're talking about Catholic. So it's an interesting place, but we showed up. We were late. It was 2:00 in the afternoon by the time we got there. They're already out of all the sausage. They're out of the beef ribs, which is fine. The sausage is what I really want.
Yeah, me
whatever.
too. Sausage all the way.
But while you're waiting in line, they give you free beer, which is really
that's cool.
What?
So, how long did you wait?
45 minutes. And
Nice.
we managed to get 2 beers in the time of waiting.
Yeah.
And they're good beers. They're like IPAs and not like just some porters or something like that. And so we got 2 beers. We're standing in line. It's hot. It's Austin. You're sweaty, whatever. We finally get up to the door. We get inside, and Brian had tipped the guy $5 for the beer, right? And so the guy immediately was like, I don't think people tip for that like normally. So all of a sudden the guy chopped 2 giant things of brisket for us.
Oh,
He's like, you want to try the brisket? I literally picked it up. It almost looked like burnt end, but it melted in your mouth. I'm talking disintegrated in your mouth. So of course we got brisket. We got a half a pound of that. We got 4 pork ribs. And then they said, that's it. We were the last 4 pork ribs. I was like, holy cow, good thing we're like when we were. And then we got mac and cheese. And I think their mac has like a chipotle or something in it. Had a nice kick. It was so delicious. So good. And we got pickles, which I know Sarah Louise. They're like spicy, like pickled pickles.
Yeah.
Like very vinegary based.
Nice.
Delicious.
Yes.
Yep. So we got that. And the guy gave us another free beer because we tipped them.
Oh.
So it was
Wow.
amazing.
Be nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was an amazing place. I would totally go back there. Honestly, it's listed as top 4 Yelp in Austin for barbecue.
Why did we not go there when we were in Austin?
I know.
Well,
Barbecue. It's nowhere near downtown because we took an Uber there from the
Yeah.
airport. And it was only like a $15 Uber. It was super cheap.
Oh, nice.
And then we were going to Uber from there to go downtown to where we've all been for your bachelor party. And then we went across the street to this funky bar and then went to a brewery across the street. And the bartender was like, no, don't go downtown. Don't waste your money. Literally go 5 blocks down here. And this whole street, 6th Street, is covered with bars and breweries and stuff.
That's what 6th Street is, Austin.
But it goes all the way into downtown.
Yeah.
But we were at the outskirts. We were in Austin West, I think it was, or East House, one of them. And it was literally like bar, brewery. It was crazy, like just weird setup.
Yeah.
And so we just bounced around there and that was it.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you pass the Mothership Comedy?
No
store?
comedy. I did not see a single comedy club.
So that's where that is the hot spot of comedy and ever right now.
There was something going on, some kind of comedy event. There was during the day. It was an all-day event.
Always.
So we just didn't have time. I had to buy tickets and blah, blah. And I just wasn't sure. Like, we're only 8 hours on the ground. It was a little rough. You got to make sure time bites and everything. But
so my favorite podcast, Bill Tony, at the Comedy Mothership in Austin.
Oh,
it wasn't built when we went for your bachelorette party, but that's Joe Rogan's club.
Oh, it's that new?
Oh, yeah. It's just a couple years old. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. He was in LA at the Comedy Store for a while. That's where he started. And then now there's a lot of comedians are all moving to Austin because that is the heart. Like, LA and then New York, but Austin right now is the biggest for comedy.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds like you had a really good quick trip, but got some really good barbecue in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She talked about it all week, and I was like, "What are you doing in Austin?"
That's hilarious. $38 flight.
Like, I had no idea. I thought it was like in a couple of weeks for some reason.
That's funny. I know. I'm like, oh, she's in Austin. I saw her photos. I
swear I told everybody.
You probably did. I know, because we did talk about it beforehand, but my memory is great.
Oh, good.
All right, T, where did you go? What'd you eat?
So my eat of the week is a brunch spot.
Oh.
And we went to a wedding this weekend in Dillon. The couple have rented an entire campground on Lake Dillon, which we've never been. It's called Windy Point. So it's on the opposite side of where your parents have a place.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out Eric.
Got it in early.
Yeah, we got it in early. But so that night we stayed the night. A lot of people were camping. I was like, no, it was so cold. It got to a point where AJ was doing the silent disco towards the end because they have a noise ordinance. So
sure,
he did silent disco. I was sleeping in the truck. I was freezing cold. So I left. But anyway, the next morning we went to Idaho Springs, which we love Idaho Springs. They have a ton
Yeah.
of fun shops. They're like, it's minor street that have like all types of different stuff up and down the street. So there's a really good place to eat there called Main Street Restaurant.
Oh, cool.
And they bake breads every single day. And you can eat them as sides, which I know I should be eating carbs, but I did because I'm a carbaholic. Yeah. So I got the jalapeno cheddar bread.
Wow.
AJ got some too, but my husband's weird about texture and the jalapeno chunks were too big. So I got both pieces. Yeah. But I'm not a huge breakfast fan. We all know that. I just don't really like breakfast, but they serve lunch all day. So I got a patty melt. Shout out Brian. So I had a patty melt and it came with the regular French fries, which I'm not a French fry fan, but these French fries were so damn good.
Okay, what kind were they?
They're just regular cup French fries, but they're like the ones that are like kind of thicker on the like almost like crunchy on the outside, but like thick, but not steak fries. They're just regular cuts. I think they kind of stick together when you pick them up, but they're still good. Oh my God, it's so good.
I think I know what you're saying.
But the little garnishment, like sometimes they do like tomato or like a fake you're not going to touch.
Yeah.
It was pickled green beans. And I looked at it, you were watching Tuxie, and I was like, AJ, if I don't eat these, I have to bring these back to Sarah. They were so good. And then he got a lobster Benedict.
Wow.
And he had 3 claws of lobster on each one of the Benedict.
Wow.
And then for their soup that day was a lobster bisque. Ooh. So he was thinking that he could dip the jalapeno bread into that, but it was
okay. I thought you were going to maybe say that he was going to dip the lobster tail into the bisque. And I'm like, lobster on lobster. Yes, AJ. But no, okay. Sorry,
but he was like, the pieces are too big. And I'm like, I'll take that bread. And then they also had fresh made sourdough to dip in it, and he wouldn't touch it. And I'm like, so I got all that to go, and I made peanut butter sandwiches later that night.
Yes.
So he doesn't eat vegetables, and he doesn't eat bread.
He does, but he doesn't.
Okay.
Because they make all the bread fresh. Even the English muffin is made fresh daily.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a little bit thicker of an English muffin, but it's also good. We go there every time we're in Idaho Springs if we're in there for breakfast. And we were there at 10:30 because I texted you. I think it was like 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday. And I think we had a 45-minute wait, but you could walk up and down the street, and we just popped in and out of stores and everything, and they text you. But that is the spot to go.
Cool.
It is a super old building. It was built, I think it was like 1884 or something like that.
History.
Yeah. It's very good. So that's my eat of the week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I've been to probably 5 or 6 different restaurants there in Idaho Springs. Never even been to Main Street.
It's only open at breakfast. That's why I'm like, we were talking about doing brunch soon. I'm like, I wish we had a driver because that's where we need to go. Honestly,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Dates or any. We're actually gonna have a brunch together, like all of us. It's
actually gonna happen.
Yeah, it has to happen.
Cool.
You're gonna take them.
How about you?
Out.
Yeah. So Jonathan and I were down cruising the Castle Rock outlets as we do. And we went to the Cuba Cuba down there. It's not the main one that's up in Denver, which is, I love that place. It has such a cool feel, like the Cuba Cuba up in Denver versus a little restaurant. I don't know. They were used to be like more of a sandwich concept, but they're sit down, and you can get food to go, but it's a limited menu. It's not as entree driven as the one that's
so I have a question. When you say that, the Cuba Cuba I know there's one by our office, which I've never been to.
That one's like what she's talking about.
But then there's also one in DTC that I've sat down and had. It's the same as what you went to. So there's a main one. I did not know that.
In Denver, somewhere.
So it's on Bannock or somewhere around there. It's really close to where the art museum is.
Oh, okay.
And it's really cool. I think you would actually love it.
Yeah, I did not know that they had different concepts.
It has a very Cuban feel. It has the wood slat floors.
Yeah.
It has more seafood probably. And it's a little pricier just because it's more like nice restaurant.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that.
It's really cool. That was my first experience with Cuba Cuba years and years ago. And then they started doing these franchised smaller versions of the restaurant, which have been successful because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I got a Cubano because I normally will never order ham. I will just say that. It's not my fave. But this Cubano, I don't know. Cubano is just different. It just is so good. Theirs is the bread they use, everything perfect. I got a mojito. You know I'm throwing down on those.
I was just going to ask about the booth situation.
Okay. And then on top of it, apparently on Sundays at the one in Castle Rock, at least, they have salsa dancing. They were like clearing out the tables because we were there at 4 or something, a random kind of time. And they were clearing out space. It was so funny because this one couple was like left. And they had cleared everything around them. And it was like they were on their own little table island in the middle of the floor. And they're like, okay.
At that point, I'd get up and move.
Yeah. But then they finished up not long after that. But it's fun. The food's always good. Service is great. Really enjoyed it.
Did you stay for the salsa dancing?
No, we did not.
Not even go watch it? I would be.
It wasn't starting for another 30 minutes.
It was just getting ready. Yeah. I like Cuba Cuba. I know that some people learn, but I think it's because a lot of people don't know that they have that restaurant. I had no idea. I was in Denver for 8.5, 9 years and had no idea that. I thought it was just like you could have a nice lunch or a fast dinner there. I did not realize that they had like a sit down type restaurant like that.
Yeah, you have to check it out. It's really
Their sangria is delicious too.
Oh yeah, the drinks are always. Yeah, I was pretty tipsy after those mojitos. I ain't gonna lie. It was good. It was good. Yeah,
let's go shop more.
All right, let's go. Let's go back to the outlets. No, I did not do that.
Someone's like, get out of here.
Yeah, right. You might be like, okay, I'll go back. No, just kidding. Okay, so let's do the shaker.
Yeah. I think it's Denise's turn this week.
Yeah. All right, Denise.
All right.
What?
I'll let you reach in.
Quick story. So I was cleaning up the room the other day and I forgot it was down there and I felt like you because I kicked it twice. You did the other podcast.
The poor shaker gets kicked all the time.
Yeah, it really does.
All right.
No respect.
I'm going to have to put this down. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, it's wordy. Do brunch and shopping go together? And if so, when? So my problem is when I start drinking, I start shopping, and then I don't make sound decisions, and then I buy stupid stuff, and then a lot of Amazon packages show up.
It's not stupid. It's
Oh yes, I did love it. Don't ever put something in your cart, then go get drunk, and then go back and be like, it's already ready to go.
I think we've all answered this question in one breath.
Yeah.
Yes, it does go hand in hand, but it is dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say the other times that we've done it is they sometimes have those little outdoor festivals fairs where it's like people like local artists, artisans.
Like a farmer's market.
Yeah, like a farmer's market.
And then I buy a $200 purple hat that I've worn 4 times. I love.
I remember
But
that.
I love that hat. But yes,
That's what that is what I'm not saying that I don't spend money if I shop in that way, but that is another opportunity to be like, oh, we're gonna plan this brunch around going to this thing.
shop local.
Yeah.
And you and I did brunch, which was really cool. The time before we went to the Oddities convention, which is spooky shit for sale. Absolutely love it. It's at the convention center. We will be talking about it because we go every year.
I feel like I need to join you guys.
You
for
need
one.
to
I don't know
come.
why you
I need
went.
to check it out.
It is so much fun. You can get drinks. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You get drinks. It's not just spooky stuff. So that yes, they have fermented snakes and frogs and pig hearts or whatever.
Taxidermy for reals.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they have cool shirts. I got so many cool shirts. But they have cool artwork too, and it's great for. We got you that Taco Bell bag.
right?
I got her a
So
bag
here's
that
this-
says Taco Bell slut.
New age vendors plus creepy stuff too, and they
Yeah.
have fun little shows that you can see
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
But it's just the best people watching, and everyone is so nice, and we're all there for the same reason because we love death.
Yeah, because
So-
we love weird, creepy shit.
Yeah.
We're here for it.
What is
and
it?
It's so fun. It changed the last year. One year was in September and
It's like
October. It's around that time.
It's fall
Right.
because it's around your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Cool.
went, they happened to have already decorated one of the bars down in Denver, the mansion, which is not there anymore. So don't go look it up.
Bar.
But they had it decorated because it had been Friday the 13th that year, and they already decorated it all spooky. So that was kind of cool because we
Yeah.
went there and had brunch, and then we went to the convention a little buzzed. And I need to save money before I go
Yeah.
because I'm always broke for some reason, like when this happens, because it's like at a time of year where I'm buying all the creepy shit and I need to scale it back.
So what we should do is when they announce it, because they always announce it pretty like midsummer,
I would say months in advance.
that we start putting money away.
Okay, I love that.
Yes, and we should keep each other accountable.
Yes.
Because you and I are both like, oh, we should really buy that. And like we saw that coffin dresser.
I was just
coffin
thinking that.
dresser.
I literally was like,
dresser?
I might actually be able to get that coffin shelf. Okay, so or the guillotine vanity. There was a vanity. It looked like a guillotine, and the mirror is in the middle.
And then it very Wednesday Addams.
The mirror is like the blade. Anyways, it's someone who they travel around the country with oddities, all different vendors, and this is what they specialize in. And it's just, you can find some of the coolest art.
Yeah.
And
do they have like horror movie stuff there?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
because I'm like,
they have creepy purses that have weird porcelain dolls that they've decorated. It's just
wild.
It's our type of mindset. What the fuck are you thinking? Oh yeah, I was thinking that last night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna segue out of this just real quick because you said that. So
yeah.
When we were in Austin, one of those bars that we were bouncing around, it was called Mama Dearest. And so if you can imagine, there's weird shit fucking everywhere, right? And weird shit. I had an espresso martini that they served in a mug, like old grandpa's mug, which is really, it's tricky your mind because I'm thinking I'm drinking coffee, but I'm drinking espresso martini. Anyway, Brian had something called Slap Your Mama or something. I don't know what it is. It was a really weird name. It was weird stuff. So the main room is creepy. It's very antique, everything looks like it's been there for 40, 50, 60 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But then you go out the back door and it's this beautiful backyard. Grass, there's picnic tables and stuff, but then they have this long trailer on the side.
Yeah.
So we're like, whoa, what's in the trailer? We walk in, ready for this? Shag carpet, floor to ceiling, had a stripper pole in the middle of it. Awesome. All of the seating were from motorhomes, buses.
That's fun.
Whatever they could rip out, I think was the seating in this place. Brandon and I sat in his motorhome seats across each other. And then in center costumes, this is from a Honda, blah, 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 because he knows. It's car crap, right?
Yeah.
But the entire thing is covered with burned faces of dolls.
Oh my God.
It's creepy and shit. I have a video I'll have to show you. But it was fucking creepy. And we went and sat down, and everyone else in there got up and walked out. And immediately Brandon said, I don't feel okay in here. I'm like, you bring home any fucking spirits. We're not bringing anything back.
Talk to the dolls.
Do not touch dolls.
You're going to bring just some plastics in your body, probably.
It was very interesting.
Yes. I think this coming year, I'm probably going to bring my stroller and bring Tuxie because I think she wants to experience it.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, we saw dogs last year. Remember? Yeah. And I was like, stop it.
Yeah, I'm petting all the dogs all the time.
So Tuxie will just come and
it's really
zip her up if I need it.
We should find out if there's any kind of market or anything when we're having brunch that day.
Yeah, I'm sure there is because
it's like summertime.
There's a lot of them. There's one this Friday, which by the time this comes out, no one will be able to go. But I just stumbled across it on Instagram. It's like some random ass artist and food and all this stuff going on Friday from 5 to 10 or something like that in Civic Center.
Oh.
So I don't know. There's things just popping up all over this time of year.
So there's the Cheeseman Art Walk that comes up, and then you were just when I was in your office the other day, you were talking about maybe doing something with the chalk art.
Oh, that's this weekend also.
Oh, okay,
So this weekend is the Greek festival, the art festival. All of that stuff is happening this weekend, so. It's a lot.
There's a lot going on right now. So
I know
there's more to come.
This is not going to come out until Tuesday. Sorry.
Yeah, but look places up. It's a great way to buy local stuff, unique things that not everyone has, and is not supporting Temu. Sorry, we love Temu. It doesn't matter, but I just think it's a great way to do it. But you have to have brunch before. Yes. You do need to get a little liquored up so that you are enticed to support the artists, right?
That's what I find most of my Christmas presents for you guys. I find stuff throughout the year.
Totally.
I would counter that as it's not that we have to entice to support them. It's that we already want to support them. We're just going to support more.
True. Good point. Excellent point.
And then later be like, oh, my bank account. But whatever.
And I'm like, AJ, look, isn't this beautiful? He's like, what? And I'm like, Yeah, this is so needed in our house.
And you can't return it, right? Because nope, sorry.
The same one that you bought the purple hat, I bought Ryan a t-shirt that has, it has the Denver skyline in it, but it has these down things. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
So he wears it all the time, and all these people are always complimenting it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, we bought it from some market.
Yeah.
Which is walking down after brunch.
That was
awesome.
a fun one that we
That
went
was a
to.
fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look up your local market.
Yeah. And the farmers market's on all summer.
Yeah.
Pearl Street Farmers Market is one of my favorites. I love that
Well,
one.
the
Creek
one
is a good one.
Yep.
Then also the one downtown near, is it East High School in Denver?
Oh,
Yeah.
that one's a lot of food vendors.
Yes, it's so
A lot of
good.
food
It's so
trucks.
good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a lot of shaded areas where you can sit down and eat your food, and they always have
Totally.
live music and everything.
And
Yeah.
go support that area because Colfax all jacked up right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been dealing with a lot. So support Colfax.
Support Colfax, please.
All right, so I guess this brings us to our cherry on top. So what are some fun things that are going on that you're into? Tea?
I did mention already, I went to a wedding. It was incredible.
Yeah.
But if you click TV, let's talk about that. Did you watch Euphoria?
You know I watched it.
Okay, I cried.
Oh, yeah.
No spoilers, but
This is
It
the
did-
end, right?
Yeah.
well, I don't know because
Oh.
most of the time they say series finale, and this just said season finale, and I feel like they left it open for the brunette grabbing Alamo's right hand
Yep.
hands
Yep.
and
Yeah.
they walked out.
Don't give
Oh.
away anything.
That's it. But I feel like because it did not say series finale,
But my whole thing is,
but how are they going to do?
we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Okay.
I think that they could have a spinoff with some of
Well, that's what
their-
AJ and I said. I
Yeah.
feel like they're opening it up for a spinoff.
Yeah, I think that
Okay,
would be more.
So
of a-
that, but
Yeah.
the other thing that I just randomly, because I have this little box that you can buy. It's illegal. You can buy.
she's mentioned it.
Yes.
Go back to her.
So I
last-
was up early one morning, like, what am I going to watch? Just pass the time. I am so into mining and gold treasure shows. I love that shit.
yeah.
And I know. So there is this show on Discovery called Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
That's
so
a long name.
It is, but it is so good. The son is very good looking. He's got dreads. You know, I love dreads. But anyway, they own this ranch of 200 acres in northeastern Utah. And there is a theory that there is Aztec gold treasure in this cave. And
Oh,
they're trying
wow.
to get this. They found the box, but it's in a cave in water. They're trying to find an entrance. And there's already 6 seasons.
Wow.
I'm only on season 2.
what?
6th season just started. I Googled it because, I love a spoiler. They haven't found the treasure yet. But I also was looking it up. The son has been arrested and killed his cellmate in Las Vegas. And he thinks that he has this supernatural power. And he smashed the cellmate's head into the bed. And now he's got murder charges on him.
Wow.
But everyone's
What?
saying it's because it's this Indian shit. So it's next to Skinwalker Ranch. Have you ever heard of Skinwalker?
Yeah.
So it's right next to Skinwalker Ranch.
Damn.
And there is this episode in the first season where there's this guy sitting next to a tree being possessed
what?
that they caught on camera because they have to put cameras all over their
Yeah.
property because people are trying to come in because there's like all this folklore on it.
Sure.
It's very interesting. I love that shit. AJ said, oh my God, I just give you a little bit so you keep on watching. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I keep on watching it. But yeah, it's on
That's what all
Discovery.
shows do.
I really like it, but I just discovered it and there's 6 seasons.
Oh, damn. So you'll be talking about this for weeks to come.
Yeah, I'll probably give another update.
And I can guarantee you no one's found it, right? And so it's the same ranch that they keep going in.
They live on it.
scouring or
Yeah.
whatever.
But so they found some gold, but they also have found other, like they found gallium. So like in the box that's underwater, there's all these rocks. And they had brought this geologist in, and the geologist is like, those rocks are not common to this area.
Cool.
So the son goes down and scuba dives and brings up a couple of the boxes. They crack open the rocks, and there are tubes that are not man-made, that are drilled, that have this metal in it, and it's solid. They dump it out, they put it in their hand, and it just melts in their hand. It's gallium. So, but they have also done research on the wood box, and they like take core samples from it, and it is supposed to be from like the Aztec time. but gallium was not discovered by then. So it's like, it's just this huge mystery. And it's like, it's very interesting and it's very well done. It's on Discovery if you have regular TV, but yes, I love it. And I've watched several hours in a row.
Wow. So on the geology track, the Natural History Museum is doing these late night hangouts at the museum, which is cool. Yeah, you get like to go and you can drink and like they had these like, dinosaur hats that they were wearing and stuff. Full on 3D printed Tyrannosaurus Rex helmet thing.
Wow, that's cool.
But anyways, just random, I saw that today, and
Interesting.
you happen to be talking about rocks.
And one other thing before I shut up, I just started a biography on Jim Henson. So I started watching dinosaurs because we were talking about it at work about old, like we were going back and forth on IMs about, did you watch this TV show or whatever? And so dinosaurs came up.
You say all this stuff.
So I'm watching Dinosaurs too. I love dinosaurs.
Yes.
And not the baby. I love the baby. I was like, that is Jim Henson's last thing that he thought of. And that is his last project. But he died the year before it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he put it all together, but then they produced it and his son produced it and everything. And I just was like, what a creative mind. So now I'm reading a biography on Jim Henson and it's very interesting.
That's so cool. Where is that documentary? Do you remember? Or what it was called?
No, I'm reading
you're reading the book.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you watched a documentary on it.
Adrian and I have watched one on him because I told you, I was like, I want to watch or read something about Jim Henson. He's like, we've already watched something. I'm like, I know, I just want to read about it.
Yeah.
So like this documentary is, next time I'll say who the author is. I don't know who it is right now off the top of my head, but it goes into like his great grandparents, like where he got his creative side and everything.
Yeah, I love
it's
that.
very interesting.
Very interesting.
So
Cool.
yeah, that's my cherry on top.
Love it. What about you, Dee?
So you guys will kind of know I'm not huge into comedy. I like some, but not a whole lot. Like certainly not as much as you guys. But Pauly Shore was here last week, and I got to see him. Yeah, he was supposed to go, but AJ was sick, so she missed it. Our buddy Dave, got his seats up front because that's what kind of asshole he is. And
Best seats.
Stop doing that. But anyway, Pauly Shore is fucking hysterical. He is. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He was like an old man. He was like pulling his what's it called? They're not Velcro. What am I thinking? Like pants are just stretching.
Elastic.
Yeah, elastic pants over his shirt. It's all hanging out. And he has a handkerchief. He kept putting back on his head. And he kept shoving his junk in my face. And I'm not joking. Like, he would pull up his pants and he'd stand like, and it was like 10 inches from my face.
You're like, wait, is this a Pauly Shore
and I'm like,
comedy routine? Or
so I'm just trying to look up. Well, he did talk about porn too, which is really funny. But I'm just constantly like looking up. I'm like trying to look. Dude,
oh my god.
Seriously, stop walking over here and putting your shit away. It was really funny. But he was hysterical. At one point, he climbed onto my buddy Dave and really almost even a lap dance. He climbed on him and was like grinding a little. It was very entertaining. There's a good thing that all the cameras were locked up because cell phone, they even took my watch.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to wear a watch.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a really good show.
That's
It
awesome.
was hysterical. He does a great job.
So Mitzi Shore, his mom,
Okay.
she started the Comedy Store in LA and in Austin at the Comedy Mothership. The bar there is called Mitzi's for his mom. And he performs there all the time, but also he's a huge part of Kill Tony. I love Pauly Shore, Encino Man, Biodome.
Yeah, buddy.
So
it's
it's a lot to be in his TikToks. He talks a lot and he's like, you guys need to stop fucking asking me about making sequels to my movies. He's like, if anyone calls me and says, let's do a sequel, he's like, I'm in 100%. He's like, Steve Baldwin calls me every freaking day. We're going to do Biodome too. And he's like, whatever you want. And it was so funny because he talked about that too again. And it's sad because I'm like, can they make Biosphere too? Because I would watch that shit.
Oh, 100%. I would watch that.
movie
I
so
loved
much.
Encino Man, and like when they did the suicide drink, and he was like so excited. Brandon Fraser was like,
So he
He
mentioned that movie. Then he said, good for Brandon Fraser. He's clearly never going to do a movie with me since he won awards. He's like, good for Brandon. But obviously he's not going to do any more movies with me. And he was like joking on himself a lot, which is funny. But the dude, he lives in Vegas now. I don't know if you like see videos. If you watch his TikTok stuff, it's just him sometimes just wandering around Fremont Street talking to random people. And he's just hysterical.
did he have his dog with him?
He did.
Yes.
His dog was so cute.
He's been bringing the dog out a lot.
Was on stage for 5 minutes, and then they had someone take him off. But the dog just kept barking and barking because I was saying this Pauly, right? And he could hear him. So I'm sure he's like, hey, Dad, hey, Dad. So finally he's like, just fucking bring the dog out, right? Okay, so the dog comes out. And the dog comes over and I'm like, giving him butt scratches. He's like, oh, yeah. And he was just going every single person along the stage, like, oh, you're going to pet me, you're going to pet me, you're going to pet me. And then he was fine. He just wanted to be loved by people. He's just kind of
just like Pauly. Just wants to be loved by people.
Loved by people. There was a lesbian chick that was on the front row that was drinking a bud, and he did bring up the whole thing. Has anyone quit drinking bud because of the whole transgender blah 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 commercial? And she's just like, and he was funny. Everyone just missed it except for I think 5 of us. We all saw her, but then later he was chiming with her back and forth about stuff, and then she also because she just got triggered, and then she just kept calling him sir. She's like, no sir, and I was like, oh, those are like sure. Oh my god. She was getting a little angry. I was like,
it's comedy. You have to remember that.
Just laugh. It's fine.
Exactly. It's none of it is real. They're just trying. It's not real. Like when comedians make jokes, especially at roasts or whatever.
That's what they do.
They're doing their assignment. That's it.
Trying to get reactions and get laughs out of people.
Yes. Yeah. It's not racist. It's not being hate towards the gay community. It's not any of that. It's just comedy.
Also, if you are going to go to a comedy show and sit in the front row, you are asking, I'm sorry, but you are really participating in it.
I did not ask. Thanks, Dave. I did not ask to sit up front. And Brian was actually really pissed because after we've been to a couple shows with Dave, and he likes to put us up front to one where I almost jumped on stage. That's a long story. We're never doing that. So I made sure I did not drink a whole lot before this on purpose.
Smart.
Yeah. But it was still fun though. Because Pauly Terina walked up at one point. He said some joke. It was awful. It was just awful. And everyone just sat in silence. And he hands me the microphone. He's like, tell me if that joke was funny. I'm like, that joke was not funny. And then he hands it to the girl next to me. She's like, yeah, it wasn't funny. And then he walked away. I'm like, that's one of the very first things I said to T when I met her. That her joke was not funny.
I am funny. That is so funny.
So I literally told her that to her face the day I met her. Yeah, I had to text her about that. I'm like, I just told Pauly the same thing.
That's awesome. I love it.
That's great. Like, you'll love this.
You'll love this.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I love it.
How about you?
I'm wearing a shirt of the band that I saw that I was going to talk about. They're called Roman Candle, and they're like
speaking of candles.
Roman, well, I think more of the firework when I think Roman candle.
I was thinking both, but that was good.
But that's good. Yeah, we are coming full circle with our Catholicism here. God, I said that.
You did. Good job.
Okay, so no, God, no,
not praying.
So, anyways, they're like I would describe them as an emo metal band, but it's a woman that's the lead singer screamer.
Oh, even better.
And she's so cute. So we got there early. There was 2 openers, and Jonathan actually knew the bass player on one of the first opener because he used to work with him at Guitar Center. And he works at Summit. He's one of the security guys. So we always run into him. So we're like, wait, we know that guy. So yeah, I ran in with my friend Kayla there. She's a producer at the Marquee when we went to this show, and she's really sweet. It was good to run into her. She almost died, which is crazy. That's a whole other story. But so it was like, I just got back to work. I was like in the hospital, almost died 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what? Wow. But this band, we were there early, and they were like working their own merch table. They're from Vegas. That's where they're based out of. And she was giving me tips. I talked to the lead singer. She introduced herself. Her name's Bree. She's so sweet because I had to say something. I am one of those people. So we'd already bought our merch from the bass player. And then she was sitting there, and I had to tell her that I was excited to see them because this is literally the one show that I've been really looking forward to it because I'm getting really into the female fucking screaming. It's just, we're going to see Poppy in July. I'm really excited for that too. Go win it. Like, fucking show up in metal. It's awesome. So anyways, she was so sweet, and she was giving me recommendations for places to go. Like we're driving from Vegas again to Colorado, and she's like, this altitude is really fucking me up. And so I go, just drink a lot of water. And she goes, I have a vodka Red Bull, so I guess I'll just drink. She's like, I'm going to drink that before we go on. And I'm like, yeah, that'll work too. There's water in there, right?
The beginnings of it.
That's nice.
But, but they were great, like awesome. And then we didn't even stay for the headliner because I don't even know how to describe the type of metal that this is. And we were like, let's go. So I felt a little guilty because my brother went and saw the same show in Albuquerque, but Roman Candle didn't open. So he went and he saw the headliner Spirit World, and he was like, "You didn't stay." He was like shaming me, and I felt a little guilty that I didn't. But
where was the show?
It was at the Marquee.
Marquee. I love that place.
Everybody saw
Yeah.
it was the same.
Yeah, and people are getting down that pit. The whole bottom level, everyone was kind of out of the way. The whole floor was open down below because these guys are, I can't even describe what they do. It's like skanking, like ska, but really angry. They're really intense and windmilling and kicking. It's like they're getting a workout. And this one guy was kicking and spinning in the air. And I was just like, this is super entertaining.
Was
and
anyone
insane.
hitting anybody though?
No, everyone was cool.
Like,
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was more every week they kind of kept themselves. They bumped into you maybe, but like it wasn't a big deal. They weren't. It's not about hurting people. It's just like they literally have to stretch before they go in the pit because they're doing these wild moves. It's almost like I consider like breakdancing. Yeah, when you think about breakdancing with hip hop music, this type of metal, these certain individuals who do this type of pit, it's like a workout. They're like so into it. It's a young 20-year-old male thing. Obviously.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the electronic music world, there are pits and the heavy stuff and then the hard style. And it's everyone is very plur, very nice. It's the plur is
it's EDM.
Yeah. But it is that they're stretching. The guys can do full on splits, and it's crazy. I don't want to be down there, but it's fun to watch. So I'm like, Jesus, like the pits back in our day were like you're beating each other up, you're breaking your legs.
I like that. It depends on who you're seeing.
Yeah. IPC or whatever you say, ICP, whatever it is.
Which I'm not going to go see because I love Rob Zombie so much. But but I thought I broke my arm one time in the pit.
Oh yeah, very bloody noses and
all the things. I had a concussion.
The circle pit, a circle pit is different. Or like, the thing that I hate the most at shows is when they're like, this side of the room, it needs to switch sides with this side of the room, and it creates a wall, and they just run
walls
and clash, and it's like. No, I hate that shit. They used to do it at festivals, which is also scary because that's like how people get.
No, but they are so cool from an aerial shot.
If you're up high, people watch it from a distance. As soon as someone says that, I'm like, I'm gonna head to the back.
You used to be in the middle of it.
Yeah,
we all know this, and then you would go back the next day with a broken ankle and still do it.
That's true.
Because it's happened.
I would do that. I have.
We all know this.
So, anyways, but that was my cherry on top.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for listening and watching.
Yeah.
Follow us online. You can go in our show notes for all our handles, and also follow Denise 303 Sodi. And thank you to Nikki, our producer, for all her help. And we will see you guys next time.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.